We're all mic check, mic check. We're on. Happy Saturday. Happy sunny Saturday. If you live in Maryland or the DMV area, it is hot today. It's like our first real summer day. So congratulations to that sun coming to join us, giving some vitamin D to our melanin. I'm super excited and happy about that. Thank you for your consistency and just making sure, as always, you take out a moment for the moments you need, for the moments that feed you in life. And this is definitely going to be one of those moments that belong to you. A moment when you're not worried about others, a moment when you're not showing up, you're not giving, you're not striving, you're not thriving for anyone or anything other than your best and greater self. So, welcome. It has been a week, an incredible week. It has not even been a bad week for me, but I am so tired. And so I really am in rejuvenation with you right now. We're getting sparked up in this moment. I want to start off by thanking all of you for always tuning in, for always being a part of these moments. I want to thank Queen Hanifa, whose show I had a blessed opportunity to be on her panel last night. Please visit that sister's YouTube channel. That is Hanifa, Hanifah. Naila, Nailah. Visit that sister's page, like, share, subscribe, continue to share the beautiful energy from woman to woman, healer and healer, inspirer to inspirer, manifester to manifester, king to king, whomever. Just make sure that we are putting our energy out there, emitting the energy of greatness, growth, and beauty. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you so much. So, like I said, I want to really thank Queen Hanifa. I know that she is a fan of the show. She watches A Moment of Harmony. I am such a fan of her, and I watch her show. And like I said, had the incredible honor of being on it last night and look forward to returning and continuing to just build with the incredible beauty that is her platform and the women that she's connected to. So I just want to say thank you to her. Beautiful risings, love. When you have been doing this work for a long time, light work, healing work, our people's work, you can become very jaded. I always talk about how you are trying to save a people who don't want to be saved, who had oftentimes don't even realize they need to be saved. You can be going up against, or you are going up against a really brutal system that really is relentless and constant and really takes great effort in breaking us down all the time. And so there are definite, when you're doing this work, and you're going towards, like you're running into the fire that everyone else is running out of. So you can become very jaded. And the invitation and the experience with Queen Hanifa yesterday on her channel was so restorative. It was so healing. It was so much in alignment with what I am manifesting, what I am bringing into my life. And I just really want to say thank you. When you're doing your work, like I say, it was a reflection of raising your vibration. It was a reassurance to me, like you've been raising your vibration. You've been doing your work, and I'm so grateful, and I really, really just want to say thank you. I am a student of the organization PLM. That is where I've done a great deal of my community work. A great deal of my training for the work that I do today came in the form of the lessons that I've learned and who I learned under in that organization. And there's a saying that my teacher used to say all the time, that brutality breeds resistance. And a lot of times the environment can become so brutal that your people, your loved ones, the people that you're a part of, they begin to resist you, right? They resist you. They resist where you're going. They resist what you're thinking, your evolution. We know that Malcolm X experienced that. I've been giving great love and shout outs to King Malcolm all week long because it is his birthday week. And But we know that he experienced that when it was time to evolve and shift and change and grow in his own work, that he was met with resistance. He was met with brutality. And a lot of times in this work, a lot of us that do that work, we don't complain. I'm definitely not a big complainer. We don't complain. We don't always act out, even though we can see where some of our greats are kind of like getting jaded. I watch some of the people that I admire. I watch some of the professors that I've studied, some of the, even those celebrities that do light work that I've studied and that I honor. And I can see where their light is flickering, meaning that they're just shifting because they're exposing themselves to a certain type of community, a certain type of person, a certain energy, right? They're going into the dungeon, and sometimes they come out touched. Sometimes you come out of the cave scratched. Sometimes you come out bitten. And I'm saying it is up most times it is up to other light workers. It is up to other organizers. It is up to other advocates to then be able to see and say, like, look, I see your light. I'm nurturing your light. I'm loving your light. I saw you in the dungeon, and I want to give great and good love to you and glory to you. Peace, my king. I love you, honey. And so I want to say definitely thank you. I know that Queen Hanifa sends invitations out to anyone she thinks, would be great on the platform. But I do want her to know that it was more than an invitation. It was healing. It was what we do best and most incredibly for one another, which is give love, receive love, exchange, tune in, and just create the atmospheres we need to grow and to heal in. And that's what we're doing here today on A Moment of Harmony. So I want to give that energy out. Definitely pay that energy forward. Give that sister love. Help her platform grow. Help the beauty in us to grow. It's the only way that we're going to outgrow, outweigh, and overpower this opposing energy, right? This oppressive energy, this dysfunctional energy, this destructive energy. The only way that we're going to get to the point where we are raised up higher is when we raise each other up higher. So like, share, subscribe, Sister Queen Hanifa, and any other light worker you know. There's tons of men and women that are putting together the energy to save and contribute. My husband is one of those. He has a YouTube channel, Men Behind Mars. I mean, there's YouTube channels, there's Facebook Lives, there's workshops, there's retreats. Lift it up. You see it, share it. You are a part of it, express. Give love, invite others, bring others in. We are so all about the growth and the glory of ourselves. But it's only going to happen with our work and our ambition and our energy. And we have it. We have sustained a country. We have sustained a world, a nation as people of energy, of people of vibration, people of action. We have given it, we have done it, we have created. And now we're only saying, do it for yourself. Create for yourself, build for yourself, restore for yourself, heal for yourself. So that now all of your greatness goes towards your glory, your legacy, and your tomorrow. And that's what we're here to do today. So that first shout out goes out to Queen Hanifa. So much great and glory, and all the incredible sisters that were on the panel yesterday. Mama Nzinga was on the panel. There was Mama Mayat on the panel, Mama Tiffany. We had beautiful women on the panel yesterday. Love and love and love and dedication to you all. Secondly, before we get into this moment for today, I want to really give a shout out. There's a beautiful sister that I met in the grocery store last week, and we stopped and we engaged for almost an hour or two. This sister's going through so much. She's growing and glowing through so much. She's battling with her family, for her children. She's battling for herself and her peace of mind. And she is putting in effort and work. She is reaching out. Her spirit, like my husband loves to say, her spirit has cried out to the Creator. And she is like finding anyone that is going to give love, that is willing to give change. And I want to continue to encourage her on her journey. Sister Queen Tiara, I love you. You said you were going to tune in. I said I was going to shout you out. I am praying for you. I've been praying for you. And I am committed to you being everything that you want to be. You are more than worthy. It doesn't matter what you've been through in that regard. It doesn't matter what's happened in the regard of your growth. It matters only to the extent that it's going to make you better. That's the only reason it's there. It's the only reason it exists. It's for your greatness. I'm praying for you. My Moments members are tuned in. I love them. I'm giving them love and shout outs too. And we are all here praying for you. Whenever you're ready to join, our Moment members, you're ready to get in on the action of meeting up once a month, giving love and infusing each other with the beauty of love and light. We're ready for you, sis. But even if you never join, know that you are loved. Know that I am 100% dedicated to all and anyone who wants to do the light. You about that light life. I'm about you. So love and shout out, Sister Tiara. I do pray that you get to watch. I do pray that you get the love you need. And I also pray that you reach out so we can connect on a regular basis. Anyone that wants to be a Moments member, it is not extensive. It doesn't involve a great deal of like, do this, do that. You just have to tune in. You have to be attentive. You have to want love. You have to be ready to give love to any extent wherever you are in the process. Sorry about that, y'all. The sun is coming out, but the allergies haven't left yet, but we're going to work through it like we always do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yes. Now, the series that we are in right now, got a little bit of sinus pressure, guys. We're in a series. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mama Zinga. We are in a series. We started our first week of a new series in a Moment of Harmony called Moments Matter. This is such an incredible series for me because at the end of this 32-week series, there will be our first Moment of Harmony book available to all of the supporters, all of the members, all of the engagers and exchangers of these moments. We will have our first book. And by going through this series and this course of the Moments Matters course with me, you will be so much more ready for the book. You will navigate and breeze through your growth and your process so easily because you would have done this whole series with me. So last week we did, let me see. I got you, sis. Thank you so much. Last week, we did magical moments. This week, we are in meaningful moments. This is where we are in the series, week 2, in this 32-week series, in this Moments Matter series. So stay as committed as you can. Be as constant and consistent as you can. I will do the same so that we can get through this successful course in the way that makes us so much more in charge of our lives, so much more present, so much better. We battle better, we're healing up, and we're getting to our greater selves. We're elevating to the next level of our beingness. That's the point of it all. Also, we have done 2 years of prayer and purges at the end of every year at what is acknowledged as the end of the year here societally. At the end of that year, we have been doing prayer and purges with a Moment of Harmony for 2 years now. This year, at the end of 2022, we're doing our first in-person prayer and purge. Our prayer and purges are about resetting, revitalizing, really coming into the sanctuary of self and releasing all that we need to get out of one chapter in order to step freshly, bravely, strongly. We gain what we do. It is our annual prayer and purge, and this year it is going to be in person, okay? Now that the COVID shenanigans are out of the way, we are going to be in person. Peace and power, Mama Yatali. I love you. We're going to be in person. It is going to be bold, brazen, big, and beautiful. It is going to be our annual in-person purge. So now we can move from the virtual, and I'm encouraging all of you that have been with us through the Facebook Lives, that are moving with our moments in YouTube Live, that are in meeting in person or in-person meetings. You are going to be able to say at our prayer and purge, I am doing my work. I promise and guarantee that if you have been consistent and if you have been showing up, and that if you drop in and get in when you fit in, you are going to be able to get to the prayer and purge at the end of the year in December and be able to say, look, I'm a better person. I'm a new person. I'm a clearer person. I am so ready to let go, because the purge is about releasing. And you don't just let go because you make your mind up to. You work your way up to release. And you'll be able to say, I am working my way. I have been faithful and dedicated to my moments. And most importantly, I've been faithful and dedicated to myself. And that my moments have been a part of my routine of self-care, self-love, self-accountability, and self-elevation. So stick in here with this Moments Matter course. We're at week 2. Let people know that you know are wanting to grow, wanting to gain, wanting to exchange. Let them know, hey, we're meeting up every Saturday at 10 on YouTube Live to have our moments, to be reminded of the greatest parts of ourselves, and to really invest and work on those greatest parts of ourselves. Now, I have watched these videos back, and I know that sometimes things I can hear, I now know, sometimes things I can hear, you guys can't hear. So I was like, Harmony, you excusing things people can't hear. I, however, do not know if you actually can hear the lawn work that's going on outside. So forgive that if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It wasn't an issue in the first place, right? We are going to keep moving through this moment. So, Moments members, you know that in order to become a Moments member, you only need to inbox and inquire. Let me know, set your intention. We are waiting to meet and love up on you and meet up once a month. The Moments members are getting together this month in the month of May with our babies. We're meeting up with our children to paint, have some therapeutic painting sessions, guided painting, of course. We're going to eat some good snacks and vibe. We're going to heal and pray and grow and talk to each other, as we always do, about where we are and where we want to be and how we can get our in-person moment in this month. And we're doing it with our babies. In the summertime, we go into the beach. We're bringing our kings. We're bringing our sisters. So we're having some family time as we move into each month's theme. And we move into the theme of family. We're going to be getting together for a cookout at the beach with our families. So we are going to continue to bond, and then we're going to make our moments back personal, where it is just us, those of us that, you know, are Moments members. We're going to be back in. So look, inquire. You need that type of love in your life. You need that energy. You need some in-person touching. You love the virtual, but you need some in-person love once a month. Inquire. Join us at our Moments membership. So we are so happy to have you. We also have a Facebook page. We have a Messenger page, which is where we mainly communicate. But we do have a Facebook page, Moments Matters, which is in alignment with the series we're in. So now that all the introductions and all of the communications and announcements are out the way, let us get into this incredible moment today. Today's moment is a meaningful moment. And the gist and the simplicity of the whole meaning of a meaningful moment is make it matter. Make it mean something. Make your moments mean something. That is what our whole outline is going to be about today. It is going to be, we are more than breathers. We are more than believers. We're more than conquerors. We are the living light of creation. We are the living light of creation. We are the living word. We are the living, breathing production, reflection of the Creator. So make it mean something. Make this incredible journey that you've been so blessed to be upon. Look, I said I did not want my moments to be sad. I don't want them to be moments that we get depressed and that we mourn in, but I want them to be real moments. So from time to time, you got to go to some real places in order to get those real moments. There are so many people dying. There is so much chaos happening right now. I know I don't have to express to everyone the amount of chaos. I do believe that where we focus our energy, we move our spirit too. So, very cognizant about where I focus my energy. I want to share just a couple of moments on this Buffalo, New York massacre that just took place. It weighed on me. It was heavy on me. And I felt like, Will Smith slapped Chris Brown. Chris Rock, sorry, y'all. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and it was booming. I couldn't go anywhere without hearing it, seeing it. Memes, TikToks, social media, in the grocery store. It just was everywhere. Every TV show. It was everywhere, right? This moment of disaster, this moment of dysfunction, someone slapping someone. We wanted to spend so much time on that. And we know how we get down. Popeye's chicken sandwiches and things like that. We will go on and on and on, right? But here we go. Something so brutal, something so pervasive, something so invasive, something so horrific happening to us again. Remnants of the 16 Chapel bombing. I can go on and on of all the things that it's remnants. It reflects. It gives you the energy of all of these things that are just unthinkable, right? And I became so upset, and I don't want this to be such a long, drawn out moment, but I gotta be where I am. So upset, and I was so hurt because I'm at the point now in my life of really raising my expectation of how we perform, of how we show up. And when you do your work on those things, you realize it's the expectation you're supposed to raise is internal. The work you're supposed to do more in is internal. But you see these things and you hear these things, you experience them, right? You experience these things when you're not numb and you're not desensitized and you're connected. Peace, Inia. So blessed and wonderful to see you. I am so happy you came to join me today. Love, love, love. But when you get into these places and you get into these vibrations, you begin to know like, hey, I'm connected. And so you experience these things. And I experienced that. I'm still processing because it's not just what happened on that Saturday. Like I said, it makes me think of the 16 Chapel bombings, and it makes me think of the Dawson Five, the family that was set ablaze for, trying to come and create justice. And to think that we can do work, we can do great things, that we're going to retaliate on the March on Washington by killing innocent people. And now we have retaliation that if we are growing, if we are, it's just so much. Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can go on and on about all the things that are coming up in me in that experience. And what I wanted to get to, many of you know I have 5 beautiful children. I have also a beautiful bonus daughter. So I have 6 beautiful children. And many of you know that here with my boys, my oldest children are boys, and they are growing into young man. And some of you that know me personally know the battles that I'm having with them growing up in the inner city, with the experiences that I desperately wanted to protect them from, that they are inevitably experiencing because of the climate and the environment. And one of which is my 15-year-old, who'll be 16 next month, Wisdom, who has had 2 murdered classmates in the course since the beginning of the year. 2 murdered classmates. Not classmates that were sick from cancer. They didn't get in car accidents. They were children, just like him, that go to school that were murdered. He is FaceTiming me live about memorials at the lockers of his classmates. The most recent one was also last week, the same time that this massacre happens in New York. My son has a really close friend. This time it's not a classmate, it's not an associate, which doesn't make it any better. But it's a close friend who was murdered on the night of his prom, who gets robbed on prom night for his shoes and his watch, and he gets killed. one of my son's classmates. I'm saying these things I'm experiencing because I have decided to connect myself to the world in a way to heal the world. And now I can't turn off when I'm connected. This is why I gave the shout out I gave earlier to Mama Hanifa and Mama Nzinga and Mama Nionu and all of the women I know that do this work. There's tons of us. All of the men that I know that do this work. There's tons of us. There's tons of us that do this work. Love and light to you all. Because what I'm saying is that when you see, hear, and are around these things, you experience them. You don't just watch them when you tune in. You don't just hear them. And there's a lot of us having trauma in our lives because we think we just saw something. We think we just heard something. We think we just went through something. Really, you experienced it. And when you experience something, it becomes a part of who you are. This is how we can have great teachers that change us. This is how we can have great parents that motivate us. This is how we can have great lovers and spouses that grow us, because you don't experience anyone or anything without an exchange. Sometimes the exchange is not the best exchange. So make that moment mean something. Don't just lose. Right? When you experience something that takes from you, when you experience something that breaks you, morphs you, shifts you, don't just lose. Don't just lose something. You have to make that moment mean something. And that's why this moment is dedicated, centered, and surrounded on meaningful moments. Make it mean something. That child abuse, that rape, that neglect, that hurt, that time that were a victim to substance abuse. You were a victim to domestic violence. You were a victim to poverty or discrimination. Whatever. You were a victim to this system and mass incarceration. You were a victim to gender or sexual confusion. Whatever. Because, we could go on and on with the possibilities. I'm saying don't just have been touched. Don't just have been beaten. Don't just have been left. Don't just have been made fun of or criticized, ridiculed. Don't just have been destroyed or minimalized. Grow and make it mean something. Make it mean something. Have your meaningful moments. Acknowledge when the greatness is meaning something. That kiss, it means something. That post, it means something. That message, that song, that love, that time, that forgiveness, that space, that opportunity, that pour in, it means something. Let it mean something. Those things that are great and wonderful in our lives, let them mean something. Let them hold weight in your life. Let them hold you down. Let them lift you up. Let them mean something. Those things that were challenging, that morphed, that shifted, that broke, that moved things, make them mean something. The great things, let them mean something. Let it in. Let that love be special. Let that moment be sacred. I know that we live in a society, we're in a time and a space that's like, no, don't feel, don't connect, don't touch. It only will bring pain. It only will be disappointment. No, it means something. It means something. There's always God in every lesson. There's God in every moment. That's why our moments matter. There's God in every moment. Even in a harsh moment, even in a traumatizing moment, God is there. A message is there. A signal is there. A direction is there. The moments that are magnificent, make them, or let them, the moments that are incredible, let them mean something. Give them permission to be meaningful in your life. Give them permission to be acknowledged and explored and be cherished. Let them mean something. The ones that are hard, make them mean something. Don't just experience it. Make it work for you. Make it work for you. Make your father never being there the way you needed him to be. Make it mean something. Let your mother always showing up for you, always cheering you on, let it mean something. That means that when you get into a place in your life where you want to act like I tell my children, act like nobody loves you. You didn't have good training or you weren't raised right. You want to engage in infidelity. You want to engage in low vibrational environments or activities. Let it mean something that someone taught you. Let it mean something that someone raised you. Let it mean something that someone loved you. Let it mean something that your grandmother, your sister, your father, your uncle, your grandfather, that someone sacrificed and gave to you. Let it mean something. Because if you're out here acting, giving your body away, giving your space away, giving your energy away, you acting like that did not mean anything. Let it mean something. Show up in this world like someone showed up for you. Be present in this world like someone was present for you. Be forgiving in this world like someone forgave you. Build in this world like someone built you. Let it mean something. It doesn't have to be a painful, traumatic experience only. It means something. The organization that I grew under, I let it mean what it's supposed to mean. Let it mean something. The people that have connected with me on my life, that have believed in my life, that have given me life, my sister friends, my husband, I let it mean something. I don't shut it down. I don't doubt it. I don't second guess it. I let it mean something. No, it means something. And it's okay that it means something because my moments are meaningful. Let it mean something. Those things, again, so I'm not going to be out in these streets acting like I don't know love, acting like I don't know forgiveness, acting like I don't know patience. They were shown to me in one realm or one experience or another. They were given to me. I'm going to let it mean something. I am also I'm not going to be out here enraged, angry, negative because somebody didn't respect me. Some things, some entities didn't value me. I'm not going to be out here hurting people before they hurt me. Make it mean something. Make it mean that you're stronger. Make it mean that you're more resilient. Make it mean that you're closer to God. Make it mean something. Because like I expressed about the death and the chaos, the senselessness that's happening right now in the world, that's heavy on the heart right now. The senselessness is there because we aren't letting our moments mean. People should mean. Flesh and blood, it should mean something to you. People that you love, life, it should mean something to you. Health means something to you. Purpose means something. Position means something. Communication, that should mean something. But if it doesn't mean anything to you, you won't value it. You won't hear the communication. You won't receive the love. You won't respect the life. And we cannot exist like that. Human beings, being human, divinely existing, cannot exist in a meaningless environment. We mean something. The divinity is important. It's valuable. So make it mean something. Let it mean something. Allow yourself to connect. Trust me, I know it's exhausting. Look how tired, I'm tired. It's exhausting to connect sometimes, but it's also healing to connect. It's literally the only way you'll heal. It's literally the only way you'll know. It's literally the only way you'll grow. So go through it to get through it. Let it mean something, make it mean something. Have meaningful moments. And your meaningful moments will turn into a meaningful life. Make it mean something. Let it mean something. Don't sit around with this chip on your shoulder about how long you had to sit into prison. Honor your experience. Express your truth. Tell your story. But then make it mean something. Kudos to my king. Doing your show. Doing your work. Make it mean something. Don't let these people take no 12 years from you. No 20, 15 years from you. They just took it. Make it mean something. I'm saying do not do hundreds of years in this country, in existence here, suffering and oppression, and it doesn't mean anything. Our ancestors, our ancestors, our ancestors died. They suffered. They made sacrifices for us to have moments that meant something, for us to mean something. Me as cattle, me as property, me as disposable, me as a nameless grave, a watery grave, a shallow existence, me the maid, the help. You brought a God here to be the help. You brought a God to your country to be your help, to cultivate your existence, to expand but to shrink, to expand your life and to shrink my existence. My ancestors said no. They said no. I am here today on an iPhone 11 in 2022, breathing, speaking freely about what I desire and what I dream and what the messages that were given to me because my ancestors said no. They said no. There is no man, there's no Caucasian man that can come and have his way with me in a barnyard back, that can beat my husband and work us from sun up and down, to come and just sell my children off. The reason that can't happen today is because my ancestors said no. They said no. They said no, we mean something. My children will mean something. My great-grandchildren will mean something. My great-great-grandchildren will mean something. We will restore our meaning and our purpose. We will not lay down and let you take the meaning out of our lives. But here we are today, and we think our lives are predicated on the brand. The lives are predicated on the bank account. The lives are predicated on the likes. The lives are predicated on the acceptance and the validation. When you don't know, you already mean. When people fought a battle for you and they win, you came here meaning something. Our ancestors won their battles. We still have a far way to go because now the battle is ours. But they won their battles because look at us, sitting where we want to sit, eating where we want to eat, going where we want to go, having the resources that we want to have. We aren't fully utilizing them. We aren't fully appreciating them, I know. But my thing is, you came here meaning something. Meaning like when I say that means that there's nothing in this world that's going to make your life mean something. Because you already came here meaning something. You came here with value. You mean that we won. You mean that we're resilient. You mean that we're victorious. You mean that we exist. You mean that we are beautiful. You are constantly proving, evolving, expanding Black beauty, Black brilliance, Black excellence. You mean something. But we are here clocking in, clocking out, going to sleep, rinsing and repeating. We're not giving, we're not glowing, we're not changing, we're not constant, we're not intentional. We're just being here. We're sitting up in here breathing. We're just breathing. But you mean something. Your life means something. Your children mean something. Your loved ones, they mean something. There's a meaning here. There's a purpose here in your existence. Let it mean something. Make it mean something. So I am saying that our ancestors have taken those journeys. They have hung by their necks. They have been deprived and afraid. They have been brutalized and murdered, tortured and destroyed in so many levels, on so many levels, so that you are more than a cotton picker, so that you would know that you are more than a breeder, so that you will know that you are more than a mule. You mean something. You mean something. Let people know that they mean something. You mean something to me. Let them know. I mean something to me. Let it show. This means something to me. Let it show. Let your moments be meaningful. Have meaningful moments. So we're going to be about to get up out of this moment. I want to just refer to my notes. I want to quickly, before we get out of this moment, this last part of my notes is just that we want to make sure that we have the means for meaningful moments. So play on the words. Y'all know how I do. So when we talk about having the means, we're talking about having the materials, the resources. Well, Mama Harmony, you spoke all of this time about having meaningful moments, making them meaningful, having them, embracing them, appreciating them, acknowledging them. But how do I know how to make my moments meaningful? We want to make sure we have the means for meaningful moments. To have the means, meaning to have what we need for our moments to mean something to us, we have to have the mindfulness. We have to have the ability and the desire to be present. Why does that sound so easy, but it's actually really hard? Peace, love. Thank you. Why does that sound so easy, but it actually is so hard? Because in a state of chaos, war, and destruction, you are asking a big thing of yourself in a state of trauma and pain to be present. You're asking a lot of you. You're saying, feel. Feel. And like my sister Neonu always loves to say, she always likes to quote me saying, you gotta feel it to heal it. I'm using it now, sis. You gotta feel it to heal it. I'm using it again. So you're asking a lot of yourself to be present, but it is a resource that you need to have a meaningful moment. You need the ability to be mindful and present. We want to escape to work. We want to escape to alcohol. We want to escape to sex. We want to escape to drugs. We want to escape to gossip and TV and money and retail therapy. We want to escape. The bravest thing you can do to turn a moment, a tragic moment, into a meaningful moment, an empty moment into a full moment. The bravest thing you can do is be present. Show up. No matter what you're going to find when you show up. Because when I show up, I'm going to sit with that little girl that waited on a father that never came. I don't want to sit next to her. I don't want to sit with her. She's sad. She's hopeless. She lost a lot of faith. She's in a lot of pain. So we don't show up. We don't stay. If I show up, I have to deal with the grieving family member, grieving that family member. I have to come to terms that this person is murdered or dead or deceased. I don't want to sit with that version of myself. I got to go sit back in the hospital and sit next to the person that's watched that loved one leave. She is in a lot of pain. I don't want to sit with her. I don't want to be around her. I have to sit with the things that I accepted and allowed. Domestic violence and brutality and exploitation. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm afraid to be present in my moment because if I show up, I got to sit with some versions of myself that aren't healed. I got to sit with the rape victim. I have to sit with the abandoned child. I have to sit. I have to sit with some versions of myself I'm not proud of. We have some brothers and some sisters out there that have sold drugs or they've committed crimes. They've sexually assaulted people. They've violently assaulted people. They've lied. They've indulged in behaviors they're not proud of. So if I'm present, I got to sit with that version of myself. And I got to talk to him. And I got to listen to him. He's angry. He's frustrated. He's hot-tempered. He is unaccountable. He is scary. I'm saying, but if you want to transform the moments, because you can keep having fake moments and empty moments in order to not grow, but you'll only end up with a fake and empty life. You'll be 80 years old with an empty life, an empty home, an empty existence, because you never wanted to visit yourself, heal yourself, let your moments matter, make your moments matter, make them meaningful in a way that you can transform your life and replace empty moments with full moments, broken moments with healed moments. Because it sounds so nice. You thought you were just going to go do it, and when you did it, you realized it was brutal. You realized what it required. You gave up on it. I'm good. I'm going to just keep drinking my pain away. I'm just going to keep on imagining my pain away. I'm just going to keep on enduring my pain away because I can't. You have to. Whatever is going to be there when you sit with self, when you show up, whatever appears, let's deal with it. Let's work with it. Connect yourself to many organizations. I don't know if you're in the DMV area, but they're all over the DMV area. So many people doing our work. Connect yourself. Communities and families, organizations. Bring yourself in. Say look, I'm coming to get in-person moments once a month. I want to learn more about sisterhoods and brotherhoods. But what I am going to do is I am going to make sure that I'm confronting myself and I'm equipped with what it is that I need in order to do that. Whether that is a therapist, whether that is a community, whether that is a family, whatever it is that you need, know that you need the means for meaningful moments. You can't just make up your mind that you want your moments to mean something different. You have to have the resources so that you can do the work to create those meaningful moments. Part of that is being present. I have to find the courage and the bravery to show up in my moment. I have to show up in this life. Can't just clock in and clock out, watch my shows, laugh, eat, and go to bed. Let me show up in this life. Has to mean something. I have to let it mean something. I have to make it mean something. I mean something. I have to let it show. You mean something. I have to let you know. Right? So we need the means for meaningful moments. We need to be present. We need gratitude. That means we cannot walk around with the chip. We can't walk around with the negativity. It only is going to block gratitude, growth, glory. It's going to block them. So I need to be present. I need to be grateful. I need to be honest. To make my moment mean something, that means I can't let my trauma dictate for me. My trauma can't translate life for me anymore. I have to be honest. I have to say, well, my husband did this. I mean, it was cute because I don't want to feel. Because I'm afraid of disappointment. Because I'm afraid of being let down. I'm not going to let it mean something. No, I have to be honest. I have to say, no, that was incredible. That was a loving gesture. I needed that. I need you. I have to be honest. I also have to be honest on the contrary, right? I have to be honest with, no, that wasn't just a joke, sis. That was hurtful. That was demeaning. That wasn't just him being him. That was disrespectful. That was demoralizing. I have to be honest to make my moment mean something, to let my moment mean something, for the moment to be meaningful. I have to be grateful. I have to be present. I have to be honest. I have to be proactive. I have to know that in this day and time, what would normally happen naturally in an unnatural environment will not happen. So where sunlight and water would normally just grow a flower, in fake grass, a flower won't grow. In a natural environment, water and sunlight would just grow a flower. But in fake grass, water and sunlight, a flower will not grow. I have to be proactive. So where things would normally instinctively, divinely happen for us as human beings, being human in a divine experience, we would just naturally give love. We would just naturally receive love. We would just naturally elevate and grow. We would just naturally acknowledge and heal. We would just naturally exchange and receive. We're in an unnatural environment, an immoralistic, backwards, and dysfunctional reality. That means what would naturally happen with you just being you and me just being me will not happen because the environment is unnatural. So I know now to make my moments meaningful, I have to be proactive. In a world where it should be natural that if your child brings you, mommy, I made this for you, it should light your heart up. It should warm you and reinforce and reinvigorate. But in an unnatural society, the phone is distracting us. Work is distracting us. The bills are distracting us. Stress is distracting us. So it's like, oh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. That was a meaningful moment. That was a moment that had the opportunity to ground me, make me present, acknowledge me, and validate me. But I'm in an unnatural environment, and so we could not do what it was naturally supposed to do. Therefore, in order for my moments to be meaningful, I have to be proactive. I have to now understand that, wait a minute, how in this moment would this moment be maximized? How can it mean something? I might need to put this phone down. I don't need to focus on that right now. I can't put my energy into that right now. For this moment to be maximized, I have to hold this. You made this for me? Why did you make this for mommy? Mommy loves you. I'm so happy you did that. You're such a good girl. You know what I'm saying? I love you too, honey. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Be proactive. Let that moment mean something. Make that moment. Plant a seed in your child. That's a moment to plant. It's a moment to feel. But we're in an unnatural environment, so we must be proactive to make the moments meaningful. Make it meaningful. In a natural environment, a black man and a black woman would just give great black love to one another. We wouldn't need all that work because there's a female and a male energy, a masculine and a feminine energy where the sun and the moon just do what they do. We're in an unnatural environment. So me just being me and you just being you will not get the job. It won't make our marriage meaningful. It won't make us mean something. Make it mean something. Let the empire and the foundation be what it's supposed to be. And the reason it can be that is because I am going to be grateful. I am going to be present. I am going to be honest. And I am going to be proactive. I'm going to do work on it. I'm not just going to expect a happily ever after. I'm going to create one. I'm not just going to expect forgiving moments and thriving moments. I'm going to make them happen. I'm going to work at them. I'm going to remind you of them. I'm going to pray about them. I'm going to initiate them. This is how we have the means for meaningful moments. Make them mean something. Let them mean something. Okay, this moment has gone long. I love you all so very much. Thank you, love and light for all of you that have just recently subscribed this week. All of you that have already subscribed. Thank you for those that followed me from the show yesterday. From those that have been following me from day one, all my day ones. I love you. Get those moment member inquiries in. Let's build. We're going to have a fantastic summer, moment members. We are going to be doing some great family work and some work with ourselves. It is going to be beautiful and incredible. Get those inquiries in. Join us as moment members. We are so excited to receive you. I love you all. Have these meaningful moments. Thank you for this moment. I'll see you next week. I love you. Make your life mean something. Let it mean something. Love and light to you all.